Oh, I was like, what? Oh wait, hold on, I'll take a picture though. Hold on. He swam away. What is that? That fish.
It's a gone. Wait, is it a gone? That'd be a gone. What is that? It's a gone, right? It's a fish gone.
For a second, I thought somebody was peeing in the water. The water.
Oh my god. You're gonna get a show from the rubbish.
Oh, you want the frog? I should take a picture and show you.
My mom's obsessed with frogs.
Our custodian can't because of like frogs.
Yeah, he's on shit stuff.
Why? Why does she doesn't like frogs?
He just doesn't do frogs. To do anything else but frogs.
We got behind that, right?
Look at it.
Not that one.
Not that one.
We got the shipwreck.
That's a big fish.
Can't even see you.
I read it though I'm recording, so.
I know. It's like, I know. Jesus.
Transition. Remember they said all of them might not be here because they might be in quarantine, remember?
No, you have to like, you have to hit that little.
You gotta hit that.
Go over just a real quick safety reminder as we go and explore back behind the scenes. It's really important that we try to keep our group together. So I'm going to get the young ones in the group today to help me keep an eye on the adults, please. Seriously, they're the ones that wander away from the tour, often end up getting in trouble. It's kind of like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory back there. Although I don't have any Oompa-Loompas, if you find yourself away from the tour, you could find yourself in a less than ideal situation. So please help me keep an eye on the adults. And adults, if you get a phone call or you need to step away, let me know. Also help me keep an eye on the young ones. So everything's safe, but it is a continual construction zone. Things are start to get sick. It's the same thing here at the aquarium, except we have much larger aquariums, much larger water volume, so we also have much larger filtration versus the ones we have hanging on their fish tanks at home. Here at the aquarium, we utilize mechanical, biological, and chemical forms of filtration to make sure we keep the water clean. And I like to point out specifically one that you might be able to relate to. These big blue chambers behind me are pressurized chambers packed with sand. The technical term is they're a sand filter. They're designed to remove any particulate matter that's in the water. What's particulate matter? Poop. The fish, the otters, the sharks, all the animals, they poop a lot. We have to be able to remove all of that waste from the water, not only so you can see into the aquarium, but also so that the water doesn't become toxic. lobster that we have here at the aquarium. Now in North Carolina, there's 3 different types of lobster that live here. They all like to utilize the shipwrecks off our coast as a great place to hide. Lobsters are, by their nature, very skittish and a little scared. I can't blame them, they're delicious. Everything in the ocean likes to eat lobsters, and a lot of things on land like to eat lobsters too. So they like to have places to hide. Now, you've seen lobsters probably at the restaurant, the grocery store. They don't really provide their lobsters with a lot of enrichment. We try to make sure our lobsters are healthy by providing them with places to hide. So sometimes on my shirt, they're called spade fish. They're the logo for the North Carolina Aquarium. And what I want you to know about this aquarium full of spade fish is these fish never lived in the ocean. They were all born here at the aquarium. Now the sharks, we haven't figured sharks out yet.
Like great whites, they can't be kept.
The only place that's ever tried was the Monterey Bay Aquarium. They tried 4 times. They had, in California, they brought in juvenile great whites, and they had them on display for up to 3 weeks before they outgrew the system. And their system, their largest aquarium, is 6.5 million gallons. The one you're going to see today is 306,000 gallons. So I like to remind people the Monterey Bay Aquarium is run by the Packard family, Hewlett Packard. Really, the only limits in our industry at this point, money. So we got some more sea turtles. If you want to get your family to walk down this side of these 3 tubs, we're going to wrap around. There's room for some other folks on the other side as we come through. I want to remind you to watch your fingers. I know you're tempted to reach in, but sea turtles have a powerful beak. They don't have teeth, but they have a beak like a bird. And if we're not careful, yes, they can do damage. So, one reason I really like the green sea turtles is they're the fastest sea turtle. They can swim over 25 miles an hour, which that's faster than I can ride my bike on a good day. I also like to point out that the green sea turtle has the ability to hold its breath longer than other sea turtles. Up to 6 hours when they're resting. Now, what types of adaptations does this turtle have that allows it to hold its breath for so long? One thing that's very unique that it can do, it can slow its heart rate down to around 5 beats per minute. And my heart beats 60, 80 times a minute on average. If I'm playing soccer, maybe a lot faster. Sea turtle, when it's at rest, naturally just slows its heart rate down. That makes it more efficient use of the oxygen stored within its bloodstream. But that's not the coolest thing. It's not the thing you'll remember. If you don't remember anything else on our tour today, the thing you'll probably remember is that I'm going to tell you Olaf was right. In Frozen 2, Olaf mentioned that turtles, especially sea turtles, can breathe through their butts. And I called on him, and he reminded me that he knew lots of people that he could blow gas out their butt, but he didn't know anybody that could breathe it back in. And I have to agree with Johnny. I want to encourage you, if you're lucky enough to be staying somewhere with warm. You know what? We keep some of our aquariums, especially this large one, watching the sea. If they're acting normal, they'll eventually rise. We've got a Ridley turtle here, a 3rd different species of sea turtle. And all the sea turtles that you're seeing over on this side are the ones that come through. When that happens, the turtles that have not left in time become symptomatic with problems very similar to pneumonia. They get very Right now, just on the other side of the black curtain, they've got black lights on them to help them glow. All the jellies that you see at our aquarium were born here. We have a lab that we're just getting ready to set up again. We just had to break it down and redo some things. We got new floors put in back here. But jellies are very unique in that they have a short lifespan. Entire from birth to death, and a jelly is about 1.5 years. Another one of the things you might have heard about jellies, of course, is that they sting, right? Some people will tell you, we raise 2 different types here at the aquarium. We've got moon jellies and sea nettles. Moon jellies, people often will say don't sting, but what I'll tell you is they do have nematocysts or stinging cells. Thankfully for us, our skin's pretty thick and their stinging cells are pretty weak. So most of our body's protected, all the areas under your eyes, under your arms, other sensitive parts of your body that are normally covered up by a bathing suit where your skin's pretty thin, they can still sting. if you're unfortunate enough to be stung by a jellyfish, a lot of people have heard that if you pee on it, it'll help.
I don't think that's true.
I'm here to tell you that is a myth, and I can tell you from personal experience. I'll admit to you today, I have been peed on. As a college student, I was down in Costa Rica surfing with one of my best friends, and I got stung by one that lit me up. And it's a foreign area, I didn't know what it was, I just knew it hurt. My good buddy Matt was like, hey, if I pee on it, it'll help. And I was like, whatever, man. I looked the other way, I gotta go in the shower. And it didn't help at all. I learned the hard way that urine does not have a high enough concentration of ammonia to help. You are much better off to keep some vinegar in your first aid kit. That can help break down the proteins. The other thing you want to remember, if you're ever unfortunate enough to be stung by a jelly or a stingray, box jellies for sure. One of the most important things to remember is that heat denatures the venom. The hottest water you can stand. One of my good friends was stung by a stingray. We put him, he was hurting, older guy, he was crying. Put him under some hot water and the pain instantly broke down and went away. So hot water is your friend for marine envenomations. Right, here's my safety briefing. I like to remind you before we go upstairs that our dive team uses these stairs as well. They could be a little bit slippery, so please take your time, use the handrail and be careful. I'd hate for anybody to slip and fall. I'll get you to follow me right up this way. We'll pause here for just a second while we're waiting on everybody.
Stinks so good.
Might catch up with us.
Smells like death.
Pretty sure it is.
As we come upstairs, I always like to remind you that the top side of the living shipwreck is the area where our dive team operates. Every day our divers go in and out of the aquarium for maintenance and for animal observations and for special programs that we lead. Hopefully at some point you get a chance to see some of our divers in action working inside the living shipwreck. Now they utilize scuba gear in order to do all the work they do, so there's special programming and special training that our dive team has to go through. So if you're a certified diver, you can actually volunteer at the aquarium to help out with this work, but you have to go through additional training beyond just your dive safety course. We can make sure all of our gear is working properly. We can check in with our dive team, animal levels, anything that we need to do gets done here before we open the aquarium up at this gate and we swim out to the larger aquarium. When you're diving for work, OSHA gets involved, there's lots of paperwork. It's still fun, but there's different levels of responsibility we have to perform. Go underneath your feet. And as you're doing that, I'm going to grab the food for the fish and we're going to talk about our feeding. Come up and take a closer look where I'm grabbing. Again, this is the largest aquarium here, the largest aquarium in North Carolina. They're targeted to feed on larger fish like mackerel. What I've got today is mostly chopped up smaller pieces of fish. On the other side of the aquarium, everybody's going to get a bowl, and we're going to tell you when it's time to throw the food in. Thus, every fish eats every day now. But they have the chance to because it's scattered food in the aquarium. That's our goal. Feeding. With the educator who's downstairs, he's going to give us a signal when it's time to feed, and that's when we throw food in. While we're waiting, I want to
That was sick. That was sick.
That was definitely sick. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
It happened. That's the same thing we're going to get comfortable.
That was sick.
And they've got a little air pocket, kind of like the Curtis tumblers.
Oh, no. I got fish blood on it. That's what paid $20.
We threw fish like that, like we threw like things in the water. So if you fell in the water, how would they react? I'm just saying, like if you fall in there, and how they react to food.
The fact that we did that, they all went cuckoo, or the fact that there's a shark like right here.
I got that on camera too.
Like,
What did he?
oh, that was cool.
That was.
Did you get that?
Yeah. Oh, he's upside down. Well, maybe I feel better.
Where'd he go?
They're on the other side.
Okay, stop. Yes.
Some animals might not be here. Ooh, Nelly.
Do not tap on glass.
Can I touch the glass?
You can touch it, you just can't tap on it. Look like he in the movie Holes.
He looked like he fit nigga.
He's a big boy.
He ate some. If he strikes at you, I'm gonna laugh.
There's little box turtles over here.
Yo, what up, y'all? Yo, what up, y'all? It's where are you?
They might be all winterized.
So, we're here at, what is it, the Pino Aquarium in Moorhead?
Yes.
It's
Atlanta Beach,
Moorhead, Atlanta, Atlantic Beach.
Somewhere in there. Right down the road from Fort Macon.
No, right down the road for like 20 minutes.